Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai being the name of the Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Those are the correct names you pray to. I'd like to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Those are the men that taught me this truth through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And I'd like to also give citations to the Akim out there on the highways and byways, pushing the truth with all righteousness and sincerity, which is the real house of David. Okay, so this topic comes about because in our recent class, brothers was having a conversation, and it was just, letting brothers know, like, are you doing enough? Are you making yourself worthy to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai so you can be saved? That's something that that's a question we have to ask ourselves daily, because, in this flesh, sometimes you get comfortable in your ways. You maybe think you're doing enough, you should never think that, but, that's just the way the flesh works. You think you're good, you're in good standing, and, you should never think that way. You should always be trying to become better than what you were the previous day, and it's a real talk. And I personally, I could say for me, first and foremost, I needed it, and I feel that was the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai speaking through the brothers to get at me, and just being honest here, because the past week or two, I definitely haven't been feeling myself. I haven't been feeling, I've been in the law. I've been in the law recently, and it was something I noticed, but I just couldn't shake it out of it. And for brothers to even speak on it in class, it was important. It was important for me, and I'm sure it was important for other brothers, just to hear it. And that's the mercy of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, letting you know that I'm always there, I'm always looking. And yes, you do need to get right, and I'm speaking through your fellow brother, okay? And that's the beauty. That's the beauty of this truth, man, and that's the beauty of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because I look at that like that confirmed how I was feeling, okay? So, like I said, he's always there, man. So we gotta just be better. It's a fight. It's a fight. We all get it. We all go through these little moments, but. Like I always say, man, in this job, there's no excuses. People in the world, they're allowed to have excuses with their jobs and everything. We have no excuses, okay? Because we have all the tools to be the men that we're supposed to be, okay? So I just wanted to get into a couple of scriptures, and we'll start off with 2 Timothy 2, verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So to improve, you got to study, man. That may seem like a simple concept, but it's important. It's very important. You got to study, okay? You got to be in your scriptures reading, okay? You got to be watching videos, okay? You got to be doing whatever you need to do to further push the word of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, so you can be worthy of getting saved out of here, man. All right. You have to study, man. Okay. You have to study. Okay. And again, sometimes we get caught up in this. I might not be like this, brother. I might not be like that, but you don't got to be like the next man. Okay. You got to be yourself. You got to be the best you. The best you is worthy enough to be saved, man. Okay, he's looking for sincere men. I want who you are. I want you to be the best you. Okay, and that might not carry as much weight as your fellow brother, but it still carries some weight. Okay, again, we all share this ride, but this is an individual ride. Okay, our paths is all right next to each other. Okay, but we still have our own paths. So don't worry about what the next man, how fast he's walking. Okay, how smoothly he's walking, he's running in that path. You keep your steady pace, man, and increase as you go. Okay, he's looking for you to be the best you, man. But by doing that, you have to study more. Okay, you got to be in these scriptures more. Okay, get out of your comfort zone. Don't always go to the same stories that you may want to read. Go into something else, okay? Because we need to this whole roll. We got to eat the whole roll, man. Okay, every part of it. Okay, we should be skilled in all aspects of this truth. Okay, you don't have to be skilled as the next man, but we should all be striving to be great in everything. Okay, that these scriptures are. Okay. Go to Proverbs 6. Proverbs 6:6. Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer and gathereth her food in the harvest. Okay. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou rise out of thy sleep? All right. So we gotta look at the works of an ant, man. An ant is a diligent. The ant is a diligent animal, man. Okay. It can carry more than the ways, and it's always working. Okay. It's always working for I believe if I'm not mistaken, I believe the ant, they work for a queen. Okay. But we're working for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay. We should be always in motion. Okay. If you see like an ant colony, it's always in motion. Nobody's sitting still. They're always doing work to get the job done. And that's how we should be, man. That's how we should be. We should be as the ant. So this is just these are bars, man. Okay. These are bars. All right. This shows that the prophets before knew what they were talking about, man. Okay. The spirit has always been there. All right. We got to be like the ant. Okay. Always working and striving to be better, to push out the word of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay. And that's why, going back to the original point, what I said, we have no excuse. We have no excuse, man. Okay. Let's go to Romans 12. I'm going to start off at, point is in 11, but I'm going to just read 1. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service, man. Okay. Your life is supposed to be consumed with the words of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Again, that's not saying we're zombies in the sense of we can't have you can't do other things outside of the truth, but the truth is your life. Okay, so we're on this side, so brothers got to work. You got to take care of your family. You got to do what you need to do, but you always should put all those things behind the truth, man. Okay. You have to sacrifice this life on this side for the truth, because at the end of the day, what is this life on this side, man? It's nothing. Okay. So I think the brother used an example. He was like, sometimes you after work, you don't just throw on the TV. You don't just throw on music or whatever your hobby, video games, whatever your hobby may be. Get in them scriptures. Okay. Get in them scriptures, man. And then you could go do your hobbies, okay? Because there's nothing wrong with doing those things. There's nothing wrong with playing video games. There's nothing wrong with listening to music. There's nothing wrong with watching TV, okay? But those things, those fleshly enjoyments need to come after your spiritual enlightenment, all right? Verse 11. Not slothful in business, okay? We shouldn't be slothful in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai's business, man, okay? We shouldn't be lazy in his business, all right? Fervent in spirit, serving the Lord, okay? Be fiery, be passionate about serving the Lord, okay? If that is your connection to immortality, why wouldn't you be passionate about it? Why wouldn't you be passionate about it, man? And that's why we just need his mercy, man. Because this, just be honest, man. This stuff like this shouldn't even be having. We should be having this conversation, man. Brother shouldn't even be going through these lows in the spirit, okay? But we got to keep fucking fighting, man. Excuse my language if I offend. Fervent in the spirit, being passionate, man. Serving the Lord. So when you look yourself in the mirror, When you're truly examining yourself, you got to ask, am I doing as good as I can do? Because again, we never can do enough. No point you get to, you're ever doing enough. That goes from the elders on down, the elder apostles on down, man. Nobody can ever do enough. But are you doing the best you can do? Okay? And we gotta do that until the end, man. It has to be a continual thing. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 9. This Slack it. Give me a second. This is Ecclesiastes 9 and 10. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might, man. Okay? For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave, whether thou goest. Okay? So whatever you're doing in this thing, you got to do it with your all, man. You got to put your spirit. You got to put your spirit into this, man. Okay? You got to give it your all, man. You give at your job to get a raise, you give it your all. Okay? You put in the extra work, if you want that promotion to get what you need to be. And yeah, going back to video games. If you're playing your video games to beat the video games, you're giving it your all. You're trying to figure this out, okay? So in this truth, you have to give it your all, man. You got to put your all into this, man. Think about who you're doing it for, man. You know what's to come to this place. You see this place falling down day by day, man. You hear the wars and rumors of wars, okay? So why aren't you putting your all into it? Okay. Yeah, we know that we're fighting the flesh, but again, there's no excuse. You have no excuse. I have no excuse. We have no excuse. Like the brother said, if the Lord came down now and asked, are you worthy of me to be saved, man? A lot of us would be embarrassed in our conversation. Including myself, man. Yeah, you could be sincere. Yeah, you could be humble in this thing, man, but got to do more. Got to be better. Got to be better. We have to be better, and that goes to all brothers. Okay, so don't ever think your spot is solidified, man. I'm this video may be for the men that are maybe struggling a little bit more, but this also goes to brother that may be on fire right now, because you can still pick it up yourself. This is a call to all the brethren, man. Are you doing the best you can be? Are you being the best you can be? Are you serving the Lord to the best of your abilities? There's always another step to go. This is 1 Corinthians 15. 1 Corinthians 15 and 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord, man. So we always got to abound in this truth. Day by day, okay? Hour by hour, minute by minute, second by second, man. And the truth doesn't just manifest in going out on the highways and byways or making videos. It's always it's also in your daily walk. Are you walking as a righteous man of the Lord in your interactions throughout life? Are you behaving the way you should behave when you're off camera. Okay? You have to ask yourself that. And then once you get that answer, if you're honest with yourself, you got to correct it, man. You got to correct it, okay? And it says, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord, man. So you're not doing this for no reason. You're doing this so you can get the fuck up out of here. You're doing this to get up out of here, man. To be saved out of this destruction that is for a fact coming to this place. We do not want to partake in the day of the Lord on the left-hand side, man. Because what those people are going to endure is going to be a lasting mark on them, okay? That will be told throughout generations, forever, for eternity. We don't want to be a part of that, man. We want to be part of on the right-hand side of us being saved out of here so we could tell that story. So people don't ever forget that. Damn, you was one of them. You was the Lord elect. And you kept pushing. Even through your lowly moments, you kept pushing, man. You kept putting your Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai first and foremost. That's the glory of the story, man. Yeah, we know we ain't gonna be perfect, but fight through it. So what, you just gonna get punched in the face and then just be like, I'll get on the flesh, man. I don't know. No, man, we gotta fight through that. We gotta fight through that, man. Because there's no words that can describe the pain and death and destruction that's coming to the place, and none of us want to be a part of that, man. Especially when brothers that we know, it's one thing to be a zombie out here just walking, and the truth never captured you, but the truth captured us, man. It brought us back. It brought us back into that remembrance. So how can you taste of this truth, taste of the glory of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and still fall back and fuck up? You got to get up, man. We got to get up. This is Hebrews 6. Hebrews 6 and 10. For God is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love. Again, okay? So everything that you're doing, he's going to remember, man. He's going to remember those times where you was dead tired after work. Okay, you was dead tired after helping your kids and dealing with your wife and blah blah blah. And instead of going to sleep, you got into the scriptures. You went and did that video because you thought of it while you was at work. Okay, instead of, I'm tired as hell right now, but instead of me getting that sleep that I need, no, I'm gonna go serve the Lord. Okay, he's not gonna forget these times, man. When you put him before the world. Okay, when you were being diligent, when you were showing that fervent passion, man, for him. He's not going to forget those works, okay? Which ye have showed toward his name, in that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. And we desire that every one of you show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end. So we got to do this unto the end, man. That ye be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promises, man. We can't be slothful. We can't be lazy in this thing. You were called back to the creator of everything, and you got the nerve to be lazy with his works. You have to sometimes when we say words, sometimes we do become robotic in the way we preach, because it's kind of like so it's a 1-2 step thing, right? But sometimes you have to sit and really examine these words that we say, man. We are dealing with the creator of everything. How dare we be lazy with his work? It's shameful, man. It is shameful. The water for his mercies, because if it wasn't for any mercy, man, we wouldn't even have no fucking chance. The water, we still even have a chance, man. That's the glory of him. But we got the nerve to disrespect him by not doing what we need to do to the best of our abilities. And again, we're not these people out here that don't know. We know. We know. We were given the greatest information ever, man. It's just, let's go to Matthew 7. Matthew 7:16 is red letter. So this is Yahweh Shai speaking. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit, man. As the brother actually mentioned in the class, that's how we have to look at ourselves, man. Again, going back to the point I just made, like, we say these words all the time, but sometimes you have to truly visualize them, man. We have to truly look at ourselves as a tree, man. Okay, that bears fruit. All right, what fruit are you bearing, man? Is it good fruit or evil fruit? And you have to be honest with yourself. Okay, what are you contributing to the betterment of pushing Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai? What have you contributed? How are you walking in the righteousness of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man? Okay. And some of us are fruit. Fruit is nasty. fruit ain't shit right now, man. We got to be in season, man. We got to be in season, okay? A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit. So if you are a good tree, it's impossible for you to bring in evil fruit because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, man. And in the best way you can do. Again, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be great as the next man. You just got to be the greatest of who you can be, man. Okay? A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into a fire. So if you're not bringing forth good fruit, you're eventually going to be cast out, man. Whether that be in the process or towards the end, or if you make it to the end, you're going to be destroyed at the end, man. But you will be destroyed if you don't start bringing forth good fruit. And whatever that good fruit may be, that's up to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai to stamp. But you know what you need to be doing. You know if you're becoming better in this thing, okay? Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them. And you're going to know it, man. You're going to know it. You're going to know who's in the spirit more than others, man. And again, this isn't a competition. This isn't a competition at all, but you can tell when brothers are in the spirit more than other brothers, man. And that's pushing harder than other brothers, okay? And again, this isn't a competition, but you should also take that as inspiration too. I see what that brother doing. Let me try to get myself more right, man. Okay? It don't got to be as structured or refined as him, but I need to push forward, man. This is Galatians 5. Galatians 5:22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, and faith. Meekness, temperance, against such there is no law. Okay, so that is the fruit of the Spirit, man. Okay, that's the fruit that you need to be bearing. Those characteristics. I always say, man, when you're praying, you need to be praying for these certain characteristics. Okay, it's put in the scriptures for a reason. All right, and if you have those characteristics, it's going to show. Okay. And they that are Hamashiach have crucified the flesh with the affections and lust. If ye live in the spirit, let us also walk in the spirit. Let us not be desirous of vain glory, provoking one another, envying one another, man. So we shouldn't desire these vain things, man. And this whole world is nothing but vain glory, okay? We need to be ass kissing towards Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. We need to be trying to please him, okay? And not trying to fit into this world, man, where it's nothing but death and destruction, okay? It's life with Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Look at yourself now. Even in these conversations now where we say we have to be better, just look at yourself now compared to what it used to be before you found out about the truth, before you were brought back to the truth. We were walking zombies, man, believing in bullshit, not having a clue in the world. But by his mercy, we remember again. We remember the sweetness of the scriptures, man. Okay? Yeah, there's bitterness, but the sweet part of the scriptures is all you need, man. That should keep you pushing, okay? There's a joy, there's a gladness when you're into the scriptures, man. You're learning more and more about your history, okay? The power and glory of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that euphoria that you get, that's it. That's him. You got to lean in towards that, man. Nothing else can give you that feeling, okay? In fact, I'm going to go back to Matthew 24. 24 and 13, red letter, so this is Yahweh speaking. But he that shall endure unto the end, okay? And that's the thing. We got to endure unto the end. We got to keep fighting, keep getting up until the end. Yes, you're going to be knocked down. Yes, you're going to have your moments, but you got to keep fighting through it. You got to keep fighting through it, man. And when you fight through it, that's giving praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, okay? Everything you do is giving praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua in a righteous sense, okay? Yeah, my servant, he fucked up. He got low. He got depressed, okay? Doubting himself, not really doing what he needed to do, but he fought through those spirits, through those wicked, slothful spirits, and he kept pushing. That shows the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. My saints don't fail. They're going to keep pushing. Okay? We got to do it for him, man. We got to do it for him. Ezekiel 3. Ezekiel 3 and 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear my word at my mouth and give them warning from me. So that is your job, man. We have been made to be the watchmen, okay? All right. We gotta show Israel their transgressions, man, okay? And tell them to repent or you will be destroyed, okay? That is your job. That is your duty as a brother in this truth, man, okay? When verse 18, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand. So if you're not warning the people, okay, of what's to come, then they're the ones that might be doing the wickedness, but their blood is going to be on your hands because you didn't warn them. It's up to them whether they turn away from their ways, but your part of your job is to warn, okay? And the only way you can warn is by being in these scriptures, man. By being active, okay? By having that fervent spirit. This is Isaiah 62:6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence, man. So again, we're supposed to be like the ant, man, forever working for the betterment of our colony, man. Okay. The ant doesn't stop working. We shouldn't stop working, man. Doing whatever you can to push the truth further. That is your job, okay? We're supposed to be banging on them at all times, and brothers are doing that. Brothers are doing that, and that should be the example for you to become better in this thing, man. By pushing out more videos, okay? Being more in the spirit. And I'll just I'll end it off with this. Ecclesiastes 12:13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil, man. Okay, so what's in the dark is going to come to the light, man. All right. Your job is to fear him, to keep his commandments, man. For that is the whole duty of man. Okay. And by fearing him is by being active and fervent in this truth with his work. Okay. That's how you fear him. It ain't just about just keeping the commandments, okay? Now, doing that shows a level of fear by you keeping them, but there's other things that go into it, all right? You got to be we got to be in season, man. We got to make sure our fruit is in season, okay? So, hopefully with that, you've been edified. Give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Like I always say, fast, pray, do whatever you can to do to make yourself better so we can get up out of this thing. Examine yourself more and more as we're getting closer to the end because, like I said throughout this whole video, we have no excuses. We have no excuses, okay? Be mindful of what you're praying for. Pray for the right things, all right? Pray for more knowledge and wisdom. Pray for pray that sluggard spirit off of you, okay? Pray for a more fervent spirit, okay? Pray that you can endure the troubles that you're going through and may go through down the line, all right? We're almost out of here, Akian. Shalom.